Hey guys, another week of lunacy. I don't even know where to start. I'm looking at these different generations, and once again, Generation Z, the most coddled, soft, entitled generation. It's all about me if you're Gen Z. All about me. I read an article today in the newspaper. The God Squad, whoever they are. What do we need to do for Gen Z in the house of worship? I don't know. Maybe introduce them to God? Salvation? I don't know. Teach them some good things? Why do we need to break down the house of worship for Gen Z? I got an idea. Put it on their iPad. Just social media. Do everything through social media. Why are we changing what we're doing for Gen Z? This is a problem. They get everything they want. Let's get free college. Let's get houses for nothing. Let's get jobs where I go in wherever I want. And you know what? Let's make the house of worship for us. Whatever we want. Who cares about society and life? It's all about us. It's so crazy. I forgot to tell you what I was drinking because I'm watching a Giant game. They stink. Outscored 60 nothing in 6 quarters of football. Get the White Claw, strawberry iced tea. See how this goes down. All right. This is after a 50th birthday party for my wife and working on a lawn this morning. Why is it that I have this grass growing in the middle of my driveway that I can't seem to get out, but I have brown patches in my lawn that I see like crazy, nothing grows there? So in the cement, through the cracks, the greatest grass in the world. On the lawn where I need it, no grass. I don't know, but I digress. I digress. Talking about grass. I should be smoking grass, not talking about grass the way the world is going. Everybody should be high. It would be easier for everybody else. Now, what we have, the government continues to be absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. In Chicago, the newly elected mayor, who happens to be a black man, once again, don't care, but happens to be a black man, he said that black people in Chicago should be able to loot and it shouldn't be a criminal offense. What? Loot, no criminal. Let's just go and rob things. It is like California last week, where you can't even do anything if somebody's robbing. You can't even make a move because it's against the law to make a move. But can you imagine this? Then he had the nerve to say that the crime wave in these stolen cars, it's Kia's fault and Hyundai's fault because those are the cars that are being stolen and they should be held accountable. Kia and Hyundai. Not BMW, not Mercedes, not Tesla, Kia and Hyundai. Yes, they're responsible because the fools in your city who you're telling to steal is stealing. But let's blame it on Kia and Hyundai, genius. I mean, how are these people getting elected? I really don't understand. It is. It's like Joe. Joe has been on a tear all week. He started by saying, we are going to make sure we build a railroad all the way across the African continent. One breath, the next breath, we have no money for the government. First of all, why are we building railroads in the African continent? Why is that our responsibility? Don't they have a government, people who take taxes and things over there? Why are we building a railroad there? Why are we funding a war in Ukraine? Why are we giving money for transgender studies in Pakistan? I mean, these are all true facts, but yet our government has no money to work with. That's not all Joe. Some of the other tidbits he said this week. Let's see. He really was on a tear. He was a Grand 11 on 9/12. And he said this on 9/11 why he couldn't even take the time to come to New York. He was in a stopover in Alaska working on trips. Then they asked him why, and he said, well, there was a time when presidents stopped going to Pearl Harbor also. I mean, really? That's the reason you don't come to New York on 9/11? Really? You dumb shit. Get to New York. Your handlers made a horrible choice. Disgusting. So we got that. And he wasn't here on 9/12. Wasn't here. The fact check is checked. He wasn't here. So that was one. Then he said his grandfather died days before he was born. Fact checked, incorrect. Once again. Then he said, what was the other one? Oh, in his 4 years teaching at the University of Pennsylvania, he taught political theater, which is interesting because it's all theater. It's a big show, all politics. None of it's true. But on the flip side, his son just died in a bombing in Ukraine. This guy, Bo, man, he's got a lot of debts. Does Joe really know what he's saying, or does he just have bad writers? I really don't know. I know for a fact, really, he doesn't know what he's saying, and he has bad writers. It's probably a combination of two. But what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Then we come to New York, and Governor Hochul, she gives a big speech, a big deal. The New Yorkers, we need to get the new COVID vaccine. The old COVID vaccine is not going to work anymore. You know what? 54 years. Nobody's ever told me to get a new polio vaccine because the polio vaccine doesn't work anymore. I mean, what is the definition of a vaccine? Have we missed it? Or has it been changed like many other things? Maybe a vaccine nobody can define, like a woman. Nobody can define what a woman is. I got an idea for you. If you want to know what a woman is anyway, just look at your mom. Because I'll tell you what, she's a woman. Unbelievable. We're really hell in a handbasket. I am worked up a little bit with the Giants. I have to tell you, 60-0. Atrocious. I mean, what is going on here? What are we doing? Then down in Virginia, school board gets together and says, listen, we need to start enforcing our policies. And what are the policies are for the secondary students, which means middle school and high school, junior high school, any way you want to look at it. I'm old, so it used to be called junior high. They don't do that anymore. I must have insulted some junior down the way. They didn't like it. So the policy is, if you do not turn in an assignment, you will get a zero, not a nothing. You didn't do the work, you get no credit. Well, the parents are in an uproar. It's going to affect their grade. Sure, it's going to affect their grade. I got an idea, parents. Get on your kids and have them do the work. You don't do the work, you get a zero. I don't go to work, I don't get paid. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. That's how it works. You do the work, you get credit. You don't do the work, you don't get credit. I don't understand this mindset, but it makes it all make sense for Gen Z. This is it. You don't do the work, you get credit. You do the work, you get extra credit. Hey, who cares if you do the work? Who cares anything? Everything's going to be free one day anyway. Because we're just going to parade around and march and claim we want free shit. I mean, that's just how it works. But can you imagine parents being upset because their kids got a zero for not doing the work? You know, my son didn't get the work done one time, took a zero. I was ready to whip his ass. I made him do the work. I made him ask for extra credit. He had some accountability. Luckily, he's Gen Z with a few friends who got the like mind with some work ethic and respectability, not looking for a handout. It's insanity. It's just Gen Z is going to destroy the population. Then here on Long Island, we had a prominent charity. The head person was arrested. She was arrested. She was arrested for embezzling funds and misappropriation of funds. Now, she didn't deny it. It was insulting that they can accuse her of this, and how dare you. So she got herself a lawyer to sue the nonprofit for back wages. I mean, you can't make this up. What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? I certainly don't know. But what I did know, and I did learn this week, there's a new gender called demigender. I don't know what a demigender is. I'm assuming it's like a demigod, one step below God. So the demigender would be above your cisgender, your other gender, this gender, your pangender. Whatever gender you are, demigender's got to be high on the chart. Because the only thing higher than a demi is the God. I don't know. Can somebody please explain to me what the hell is going on? But once again, Gen Z, I said it last week, God made a lot of mistakes. He must have been sleeping for a generation because he just fucked everybody up. I don't even know. I mean, then I read a story. They had a study about ecosexuals. These are people having sex with trees. I mean, really? Really? Would you just look for a hole in a tree? Do you hug a tree? Do you rub your bottom against a tree? Having sex with trees. I hate to tell you they're not ecosexuals. They're mental patients. You can't have sex with trees. You can't. It's impossible. I mean, mental illness is real. It is real. A real problem, I'll tell you that. Oh, I forgot to tell you this one. Back in Congress, Chuck Schumer has now directed the Sergeant-at-Arms of the Congress floor to no longer enforce the dress code for John Fetterman. So you can go to work as a congressman and wear a hoodie and a pair of shorts. You can go pajamas. You can go slip-ons. Listen, I don't care what you wear. But look professional. You're a politician. You're a public servant respecting the people. To go around in a hoodie and a pair of shorts and wear whatever the hell you want at any time on the floor of Congress is insulting to the American people. But yet this is what we have to put up with because you can't hurt anybody's feelings. Hey, John, go get yourself a suit. You know what? Help the people, your handlers, people who are dressing you, have them dress you up in a suit, not a pair of shorts and a hoodie because it's easier for them, because your stroke and stuff, your mental illness probably can't get your limbs going the right way. I know it's mean, but you put yourself out there, you put yourself in this position as a public spectacle, and this is what you're going to get. I'm sorry, I can't help it anymore. Then, down there in South Carolina, her name is Jamie Komorowski. Jamie Komorowski decided to go out for a day and drink. And to get in the car, blew like a 700, whatever she was. She was like 50 times over the limit. And she killed a bride-to-be coming back. I think the story goes from her bachelorette party or something to that effect. So the verdict came down as guilty, first of all, which she was guilty as hell. I don't know how you can even plead not guilty at that. But then she's upset and saddened that she'll be in jail. You know who's upset and saddened? This woman's fiance, her family, and everybody who loved this woman. You deserve to rot in jail, Julie. You made bad decisions. People died. A person died, and you're surprised you're in jail. Well, I'll tell you what. That person's not in jail. They're 6 feet under. You miserable human being. And you're not a miserable human being for drinking and going out and having an accident, because I'm sure that's not what you planned. You're a miserable, horrible human being because that was your mindset. Oh, not me in jail. Probably Gen Z. Unbelievable. Looking to kill people and get away with it also. Free of charge. This is insanity. Here we go. Angry Mac. I haven't had one of these in a while. Angry Mac. My oldest son has a drug problem, and I really want to help him. He continues to borrow money from me without my husband's knowledge, and he's using it for drugs, I think. You think? I don't know what I could do to help him. I don't want this problem to get worse, and I feel that I'm contributing it. Yeah, you are. I got an idea. You know what you can do? Stop giving him money, throw him out of your house, get him in a drug program. There are so many things you're doing wrong. And I'm going to go back to this. A lot of these people write these letters. They're looking for validations for their feelings. They don't want any help. You mean to tell me that a grown-ass woman doesn't know giving their son money for drugs as a drug addict is not the right thing? I got an idea. Maybe you should just join him, do drugs together, go to family rehab. I'm just saying, maybe it'll help everybody. On that note, my wife's birthday's coming up. We had a little party today. Go find your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Everything is nonsense. 3 most powerful words in any language. I love you. Tell them, show them, hug them, let them know. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you next week. And this strawberry White Claw iced tea,